Okay, boys and girls, one more reading video that you have. And so what I have sent to you is a passage. And in that passage, I gave you a preview of all of the codes that that passage has in it. And by coding, I mean I kind of marked it for you. I am going to review all of the markings that you should already know, all of the phonics rules that we have been over that you should know by now, that's going to help you with decoding and knowing rules. Yesterday you went over syllables, and so today we're just going to review all of our phonics and all of our spelling rules so that when you put those two together, you're going to be great, okay? So let's start off with anytime that we have two consonants that are right next to each other, we just separate them to show they're going to make their own sounds. Sometimes we'll have three consonants like SPL. It'll make SPL, SPL. All three of them make their own sound, so you separate them. The consonant blends, you separate those. But then sometimes we have buddy letters. We have the sh, sh, and sometimes we'll have the w, okay? Let's talk about our R-controlled vowels. Remember the bossy R. We have the or, we have the again, and then we have the R, okay? And then we have talked about the O, O-W can say O and ow. So sometimes when you're reading a word, you got to try them both. You might want to try it when you're reading it like snow. You could say snow or snow, and then you're like, well, snow doesn't make sense. It must be snow. Okay, the other one to that is the O-U. Can say ooh, like soup, or ow, like trout, okay? And then we have the oi. We spell that in the middle of a word, but then we have the OY that comes at the end of the word, oi and oi. Let's see, and we also have the OA goes with the O. When we say O like that, we also have the OA when it's in the middle of a word, like boat O, okay? We have the AU. When we have that together, it says aw. Have the AI we went over, and together that says A, like bait A. Let's see. We also have, let me go, okay, we did these where we had EE for E, and then we had EA for E. All right. We also had, I'm trying to do these in a good enough order, OO, and we had, OO said ooh and So either way, it would say the ooh would make our lips curved, say ooh and We also, there was one thing that we did talk about, and we haven't really talked about it a whole lot, and that is when you see the AM, it doesn't say it says am. So if you do see the AM is going to be the am, okay? Now, a couple of the new rules that we're going to talk about are not new, obviously old. We had the magic E, where we had a vowel and then a consonant and then an E, and the E made the vowel say his name. Okay, so that's going to be a big one. You're going to see that one a whole lot. And then we had the CK rule. And remember, the CK rule was if the k sound is at the end of the word and the letter right before it was a vowel that made his short sound. So if it was the sound, I, and the k came next, it would be the CK. So that's going to be in there. And then another rule that we talked about was the FLS rule. Remember that, again, kind of falling in line with this, if a word ended with FL or S, the F, L, or S, and right before it was a vowel that made his sound, we would double those, like stuff, or fall, or sass. But all of those would be doubled at the end, so it would be FF, LL, SS. Okay, so the doubling rule. And then we had all of our blends. So we would have like ing. Usually we box that. But then we also have ink. And then we have ung, like lung. And then we have unk, because those words kind of make the in the back of our throat. Okay, we have ong, and then we have onk. Okay, and then we have ang, and then we have ank. So all of these are here together. And there are two more things that we were getting to right at the end of school that we didn't quite get to. And so one of those was the IGH. When you see the IGH together, those go together and that says I, like light. So IGH, we're going to circle and that's going to say I. IGH says I. And then there was one more that there's not a whole lot about them, but it's UI can sometimes say ooh, like suit. Like I wore a business suit to work the other day. That's not true. I wear pajamas to work now. But here are all of your rules. Okay? Now, these are the ones, and I may have forgotten some, but these are the kind of the big idea of all of the things that we have gone over this year. And so what I want you to do is on your passage, like I said, I gave you a boost. I gave you a head start on that first passage. And so you are going to use this screen. You can push pause if you needed to, but you are going to go through your passage and the rest of it, and you are going to look for at least 10 more words that you can code, okay? 10 more, and it doesn't have to be 10 more words. It has to be 10 more codes or 10 more markings. So for example, let's say that you had the word postman from yesterday. What you could do is we would have, you know what, I'm going to put the OST on here. So ost, like most, ost. So we would have, that would be one, and then the AN, man, there we go, AM and AN. Both of those would count as one. So we would have ost and an. So that would be 1, 2. Okay, not just one word, but it would be 2 markings. You have to make 10 markings on your page. 10 markings. So 10 codes on your page. Does that make sense? If you have any questions, text, call, email, whatever you need to do. But I just want to make sure that you have that ability to see all of the phonics rules moving into your reading, okay? Now, what's going to happen is that naturally, as you get better and better at reading and as you get more fluent in reading, your brain is naturally going to see all of these skills without you having to circle and without you having to square and without you having to do all of these things. Your brain is naturally going to see that and say R, and your brain's actually going to see it and say without having to code it. I just need to make sure, and Ms. Remedy just needs to make sure that you have those skills so that you are ready to jump into that second grade level. The other thing that I was going to say is that if you want to do more, or if you need to do more than 10, by all means, do more than 10. Remember, these codes are here to help you read, so use them as much and as frequently as you can. I still had some 5th graders using all of these. So use them as much as you possibly can to help you read and to help you decode those words, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave it on this screen, and then I'm going to end the video, but you can always push pause on the last part of the screen. I'm going to turn it just a little bit so that you can push pause, and then this will be your final screen to kind of be your guide going into your final passage, okay? So good luck, and let me know if you have any questions.